Good morning! Hello YouTube, it is I, Banded Wendy. How are you? It is Friday, the 16th of August, 2013, and I'm here for my weekly update. I want to thank you all. I've been reading your comments from last week's video, and so many great thoughts in my head, so I appreciate you sharing this with me and taking the time to leave the comment. So, let's see. Last week I was 140-ish, 141 I believe on Monday. And this week I was 142. Aunt Flo came into town. So, as of yesterday that was all gone. So that's good. I love the sharing about the scale and this world of maintenance and that scale moving. I pretty much, I was before at daily wear. Now, depending on how I'm eating and living and drinking, and what I'm trying to do, if I'm in training mode, you know, trying to lose fat, not lose fat, you know, it varies. I may not stand on the scale every day. Every other day. Just depends. My morning routine too. How busy I am, if my husband's home and we're talking and whatever, and I just forget about it. Today I went to go stand on the scale and the battery was dead. We just bought the scale in April. So I gotta put batteries in it. And I'll put batteries in it tonight, so it'll work tomorrow. I do like having the scale on the weekends, because weekends were always my biggest struggle, I think, pre-weight loss surgery, and even weight loss surgery, to get the weekends under control. So I do like my scale, but it doesn't make me insane. It doesn't. I learned a long time ago that the scale is just a hunk of metal. And standing on the scale is pretty much a research project, you know? So I don't go batty about what the scale says. But I do use it as a measurement. It does matter. But yet today when I stood on the scale and it was black, it just didn't turn on, I was like, oh, okay. I'm skinny, right? I don't need to stay on the scale. And so it was kind of like an on-scale victory and a non-scale victory that I just looked in the mirror, you know? I know what I'm eating. I know what I'm drinking. I know my fitness level. So just interesting. I have a little bit of a desire in my mind to be the best me I can be, and I think I highlighted that last week. I know there's many of us out there like that, and when that scale moves, particularly if it goes up when it's been down, even in that range, you know, I'm like, Wendy, what do you need to check? You know, so that's me. That's what I'm doing. So I appreciate what some of you shared on the scale last week too. Thank you. My body, my lap band, everything is much happier this week, which is a good thing. I saw my gynecologist last Friday, so a week ago today, and I've been working with my gyno for 3 years now. Since right about the time I hit my goal weight, my menstrual cycle has been different. Sorry guys. And last week it was everything was perfect. I go about every 3 to 6 months. Everything was perfect. For the first time in 3 years, everything was perfect. And even my gynecologist was like, he was like touching something. I'm like, ew, what's that? You know? He's like, that's your colon. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, I thought it was something else. And he's like, you're tiny. Everything in there is just, everything's so tiny. And I'm like, oh my God, my gynecologist says I'm tiny on the inside. So that was a non-scale victory. And that my body is functioning properly is good. And he also told me my period was coming, and sure enough it did, as I mentioned earlier. Aunt Flo's here. So that all comes back to what I want to talk about with my body and my band. 3 weeks pre-period, it was extremely tight. 2 weeks, hit or miss kind of tight. Week before, pretty much great. And week during, pretty much great. So I get a lot of questions about that inbox to me, band tightness, variation in the tightness. You know, I'm always aware of it. I talk to my pocket peeps about it. I try to bring it up here on videos on YouTube. And if it gets of a concern to me, I say, I'm going to go talk to my doctor, or I'm going to call my doctor, or I've seen my doctor. So that's always an option. But, you know, it really is about not fighting the band. For me, I have to work with the band. So that means, you know, I have to do protein shakes. I have to make sure I get all my liquids in. I'll do soft protein. I'll make my protein soft. Last night I made a red pepper and tomato soup with lump crab meat in it and bacon and Parmesan cheese. Still had it was firm protein with the crab in there because they're big lumps, but it was softer and moister with the soup. 335 calories, 33 proteins, so it worked for me, right? So I don't fight the band. When the band is tight, I do everything to work with it, not against it. Because the band is tight because my body is swelling, pretty much. So everything is really good with my stomach, my tightness, and I want to try to be better about documenting, because I document everything here on my calendar. So I'm going to be better about documenting the day. Where was I in that tightness related to this ant flow situation? What else? Fitness. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fit. Working on it. Look at that flab. Hopefully I can come on here and there'll be less flab one day. I did 4 days of P90X, which is my body by Banded Wendy. And I did some runs. The treadmill at my gym is broken, so I had to resort to the elliptical. That's not my thing. I can do it. It's not the same high. It's not the same amount of sweat. It's not the same energy for me as I get from running. I did make it to the elliptical, or to the treadmill at the gym last night at my club. My husband is now home 6 days versus the 2 days he used to be home. So I talked about that last week. So I made more space in my life with regard to fitness and my husband this past week. Not my plan for this Body by Banded Wendy thing before Katzen. But VSG Tanya, thank you so much for your words. You know, talking about being fully present is something I have to work on. So it's definitely, as I highlighted last week, something I'm working on. I need to work on. It's a continual work in progress. So I appreciate anybody else's input to that. I'm used to my husband not being home, and I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, as much as I want. And then now when he is home, he wants me and not me to do what I do. And it's like, ah! So love me, love him, making it work. So when I do my lifestyle fitness, 30 minutes, and it's usually some type of run, cardio, that I can usually get away with. But it's not what I want to be doing right now, 100%. Anyway, that's what that is. What else? My stoma awareness project is going well. I can still, one bite more can still be dangerous for me. It just put me over the edge. And so I'm really, really happy to be doing that project. It's going well on Facebook. And then I'm 12 weeks away from plastic surgery, and 12 weeks and counting. It's like, my husband and I were both interviewed to be on that show, The Real Skinny, 2 summers ago. They only had spot for 3 patients. 2 patients had been selected. They picked me, not me and my husband. We dealt with it at that time. It didn't work out for whatever reason. And now it's me going under the knife, not him. And he has more excess skin than I do. He's longer post-op than I am. He's lost 200 more pounds than I've lost. He's supportive, and he loves me, and he wants me to do whatever I want to do. But there's an inkling of guilt, just like there was 2 years ago. I don't have sores. I don't have rashes. Nothing in my life is hindered by having excess skin. And his is, you know. So it's very interesting. So if there are 2 weight loss surgery patients out there, husband and wife, girlfriend and girlfriend, I don't care what you are, and one has way more excess skin than the other, and the other one who has a little bit of excess skin is having plastic surgery, and the other one's not, I want to talk to you. Who are you? You know, I'd love to talk to you about that. Money, making those payments, getting that money going, like dedicating, like, oh, you have all this money and you're going to put it into plastic surgery. Oh my! So, and it's getting closer, so there's a lot of things going on. Thinking about the recovery. What am I going to do? Understanding and appreciating the downtime. Research. Fitness. I want to walk a 5K by December 31st, which will be 6 weeks post-op for me. Even if it's just me at the Rose Bowl walking a 5K, I'll make myself a medal and a badge, you know, a bib. Stuff like that. Thinking about that. Products that I'm going to use. Looking at results. Looking at before and looking at afters. And I don't know. It's a weird situation. And then you start thinking, why? Why am I doing this? You know? So, I mean, I know my why, but it's there. That's where I'm at in the process. Found a great website, Tummy Tuck Talk. I found it from a girl through YouTube, actually. I've seen a few YouTubers on there, and I'm really liking that, as well as Real Self. YouTube is good too, but I would just want more and more and more and more. I just want to see. I'm not looking for big boobs. I had 44 triple Ds before. That's not my thing. I'm not there. I like to run. Katzen and I have already talked about that. I want that flat stomach. More than anything. So it's a real interesting process. So anyway, that is where I'm at, and I'm thinking about 2014, planning for 2014, and this post, you know, recovery from plastic surgery. You really don't see my research, the results, until that 1 to 2 year mark. And it's a good year of recovery. I mean, at least, you know, 6 weeks, yeah, but then there's everything that goes on with it. So I'm excited about it, and I'm a little bit nervous about it. I know it'll be okay. I've had and seen friends and other people in the community go through it, so it's survivable. But that's where I'm at. So 2014 into 2013, I'm thinking about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great week. Catch you next time. Bye.